At the GRIFF we like watches and, well, the color yellow. Another summer, another G-Shock. So here it is, everyone, the review nobody has been waiting for because, well, this watch has been out for quite some time now. However, I've been enjoying it for almost 1 year and I think that gives me the right to review this yellow little fellow. Now real quick, the essential details. This is a G-Shock, so it's shock resistant and has a carbon core guard structure keeping it safe on land. A 200-meter water resistance also helps keep it going when in the water. It weighs just 52 grams and measures 48.5 by 45.4 millimeters. Thickness is just 11.9 millimeters, which is pretty great. Hands are loomed, and if that fails, of course, you can just press the button to illuminate the dial. The case is that familiar colored resin, here seen in a lovely yellow. The watch features world time, stopwatch, timer, multiple alarms, calendar, power save mode, battery level indicator, and I'm probably forgetting something here, but you basically get all the essentials you would really need on a watch like this. So first, I have to say that this line of G-Shock watches is pretty much my favorite of the bunch. The overall look of this watch is just right, the case dimensions, the toughness, the mix of analog hands and digital time display, the functionality, the ever-growing selection of color choices, the price point, I mean, what is not to like? When this yellow version was initially released, I already owned several other CasiOaks. And yes, whenever I buy one of these or receive one of these, I tell myself that that one will surely be the last one. However, the yellow one right here, impossible to resist. So yes, I had to have one. Now the real difference here from the older versions is that it comes with Bluetooth and it is solar powered. So now I'm not going to insult your intelligence by claiming that this is absolutely revolutionary and required on a Casio G-Shock. However, I have to say that the Bluetooth was quite nice for setting up the watch the minute I got this. Find it always complicated, you have to take out the manual. It takes me a couple of minutes to get the hang of it again because it's not something I do every day. So when I initially got this watch, I installed, well, yet another app, configured the watch using my phone, and as soon as that was set, or let's say a week later or so, I have to admit I just deleted the app. So can we all agree we just need too many apps nowadays? However, I do have to say I seem to always forget how I need to configure these watches when I eventually need to do that, and even use some of the functions, so the app for sure has practical use, so I'd say I welcome the addition of that option. I just don't use it often at all. Anyway, solar then, always nice when a battery-powered watch has that. So you have the Bluetooth and then the solar power now, and essentially it remains the same case, right? So you have the same case dimensions. I have to say, I believe the thickness is 0.1 millimeters, not 1 millimeter, but 0.1 millimeter thicker, so which nobody will ever really notice in real life. The watch is of course available in several other colors, but the yellow one is by far my favorite one to date. I feel like any watch collection can really use one of these in the rotation. They're so easy and convenient to use. Pick one up, throw it on your wrist, and well, you're essentially good to go. Jump in the pool, go do wild things, who knows what. It's just ready to go, and in the event that you happen to completely wreck it, well, you don't have to break the bank to replace it. On the wrist, I have to say that it wears very light, of course, but that is no surprise to anyone familiar with this type of watch by now. Despite the dimensions on paper, which may seem a little intimidating, I find that it wears great on the wrist. This will pretty much fit any wrist. My wrist is on the smaller side at 16.5 centimeters. It certainly doesn't look small on my wrist, but I have no problem wearing this one all the time. It's super fun, and isn't that what these watches are all about in the first place anyway? A fun little watch in a fun, joyful color. What is not to like? This is certainly my favorite one. I covered its predecessor also on the channel, so have a look at that review for more details on the rest of this watch and some of the attention points perhaps that you might want to take into account before getting one. Let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. I am quite curious to hear.